Get in here, get in here, get in here. So we are about to go ahead, break down this Diddy trial. It's a lot of information that I'm about to throw at you in a short amount of time. So hold on. On Friday, the jury selection pool was actually supposed to be finalized. However, one of the jurors was found to be lying to the actual judge. So he was dismissed, along with a second juror that feared for their life and just personal family matters, asked to be removed as well. So the judge did not make any decisions, carried that over to this morning. Fast forward, they started eliminating those 45. Within the 45, there was one individual that was found to have went to high school with Diddy. How did he make it down to the final 45 people? And nobody caught that he went to high school with him. Like, you just bothered not to say anything. And then another juror, he forgot to mention that his family has had problems with law enforcement. So they were eliminated. Finally get down. They make the final 12 juror selection plus the additional 6. And finally, the opening statements commence. So I will read this part to you, and I will go ahead and put it right here. Probably put the title so you guys can go ahead and read that. But Diddy's trial updates. But this is the part that I want you guys to listen to. The jury in Sean Diddy Combs' sweeping federal sex crimes trial is set. The lawyers made their opening statements in the panel that will decide the hip-hop mogul's fate. Prosecutors allege Combs lured women into romantic relationships, forced them to take part in days of drug-fueled sex parties, and then blackmailed them with the videos that he recorded of the encounters. Prosecutors also allege that Combs viciously attacked women when they resisted taking part in the parties known as freak-offs and otherwise upsetting him. So prosecutor Emily Johnson said during her opening statement in the Manhattan Federal Courthouse, right? This article also goes on to proceed to say that they will tell you about some of the most painful experiences of their lives. The days they spent in hotel rooms, high on drugs, dressed in costumes to perform the defendant's sexual fantasies. Later, the Bad Boy Records founder's defense, Geragos, countered that the prosecutors were trying to twist Combs' romantic relationship into a racketeering and sex trafficking case. I'm sorry, last time I checked, if you are transporting people to do other sexual acts that include things that may potentially hurt people and paying them, which you're including money, and then also holding people against their will and also recording them. Let's not forget that. Recording them and using it against them. But I don't want to spend too much time on this portion. I do want to give you guys a breakdown of what has happened inside of the courtroom, along with while people were actually waiting outside for the jurors to be finalized in their selection. So it has already been stated during the opening statement that Diddy's list of accomplices will be named as well as shamed in this entire fiasco. Bottom line, the headline says he did not act alone. So how many people do you actually think is about to flip on Diddy, right? So we about to break it down. So the first thing, prosecutors introduced the footage that Diddy was trying to have thrown out of him assaulting Cassie in that elevator corridor back in 2016, right? So they went through all of that process. Once that was done, the former security guard took the stand as the first witness. And he was the actual security guard that took the statements and everything that occurred from Diddy and Cassie from that 2016 event and out in LA. So from there, while he's on the stand, so forth, Diddy's girlfriend, actually, she also makes a guest appearance today in court. Her name is Dana Tran, as you guys know. She was dressed in all black with a all black Chanel purse. Little Rod was seen standing out in line. He did not answer any questions that were being asked to him as well. Diddy lawyers also stated that he is guilty of many crimes, but sex trafficking and racketeering is not one of them. They tried to argue that again. Then a witness testimony, they stated, will begin at any given moment because Cassie has been, of course, identified as one of their star key witnesses. However, at this time, she is very heavily pregnant. So they are predicting that at some point this week, she will be coming in to give her testimony. And that may be a continuation, of course, throughout this actual trial because she was with him for an extensive amount of time. Diddy's ex, Misa Hilton, also was seen outside along with the kids, Christian, King, Quincy. They said he was kind of sitting up high. Then, of course, the twins, they all were there. Then, this is one part, and I might just go ahead and put it right here. But the defense said that baby oil use was not a federal crime. Sir, there is no crime when it comes to baby oil. It is what was tested and found inside the baby oil, which makes you guilty. So we're not going to go too far into that. But remember that Steve Harvey baby oil song. I ain't going to go too far. Interesting. I don't know. Just keep it in the back of your head. But the full breakdown on Diddy's relationship with Cassie will really be unpacked, and we're going to hear some pretty graphic things. I've already heard a couple graphic things where it was a time that she actually almost became unalive due to a sex act that was basically partaking during one of their freak-offs. And during the freak-off, even in the event that she was next to being unalived, he still continued to try to make her complete the act. So it's making you wonder, like, what was really going on? Are you that much of a deviant that you have no regard for just human life? But I digress. Then also, Cassie's husband actually came to the courthouse and was spotted. If you don't know, Cassie's husband previously was their trainer for a short stint. I want to say 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. I have to find exactly. But then it also surfaces about, remember, I talked about the Trump hotel shooter, Jonathan Audie. His actual link in all of that documentation has come to light. And not to mention that a lot of people have said that he was unalived. I did a little bit of research, and I might just go ahead and post it right here, where you can see that all of his current court cases that have been going on in Florida have all been continued since 2018. Literally, continue. His last court date was 5/7/2025, and it was continued that day. So to me, it's given he's in protective custody in a special possible place. We'll just leave it there. Then there were times that Diddy was seen interacting with his family. Like one of the twins did like a little heart. He blew a kiss towards his mom. That was also seen. So please stay tuned for the next update on what's to come within Diddy's trial. Make sure you like, share, and comment this, and come back for more. I'll see you guys soon.